Hi Mary, this is Mike from Stagecoach Road Vintage Sewing Machine, and this is your beautiful Morse DuoMatic. And this is the final test before we pack her up to ship her out to you. And in this test, we're going to go over how to wind a bobbin, how to thread the machine, and how to work all these cool looking controls. So we'll start by winding a bobbin. And you'll find your bobbin below the slide plate. And this is convenient. You can even lift that out so you can see better in there. But find the latch and pull it out. I think we'll use white. It's kind of an ivory white. For our bobbin. So, to start, declutch your machine by turning the chrome knob in the center of the hand wheel towards you, a quarter turn. You'll feel it hit its stop. Now the hand wheel is free to wind the bobbin without making the whole machine cycle. Put your spool on the the bobbin winder. Turn the rubber tire until this little tiny keeper pin goes into the slot on the side of the bobbin. There we go. Put your thread on the spool pin that's down here below the bobbin winder and go into the little tension device here. Put the thread through one of the holes in the side of the bobbin. Doesn't matter at all which one. And put a few wraps on. Wait a minute, going that way. That way, yeah. Put a few wraps on to hold the thread in place while the bobbin winds. And cut off the tail. Now, give it a little gas. This is a really fast machine, so go easy on the foot control. Oh, and you might also want to plug it in. Always unplug your machine when you're not using it, for safety's sake. All right, give it a little gas. Oops. One detail. Push the bobbin winder in until the rubber tire contacts the hand wheel. Now we're ready to wind. Nice and even. That should be plenty for our test. I filled and touched up a bunch of little chips along the edge here, and I made like 8 different tries to get the color right, and finally I just, for the sake of getting your sewing machine to you, I had to call it good enough. And she looks great. She's beautiful. Okay, retighten your clutch knob in the center of the hand wheel. Lift this, what do you call it, a little finger that drops into your bobbin to release the bobbin winder from the hand wheel. And with the thread coming off the top of the bobbin in this direction, drop the bobbin in the bobbin case and guide the thread up into this little slanted slot on the side, and then up under this flat leaf spring, which is your lower tension. All right, but don't do that. And pull it up until it clicks into place. You'll feel it. Now, holding that latch again, and with this thumb pointing up, slide it onto the spindle in the center of your bobbin race and make sure that the thumb goes into the little cutout at the top. That keeps the bobbin from moving while you're sewing. I mean the bobbin case from moving. Put your needle plate back on. Just leave your thread hanging loose for now, down below. Don't pinch it in your slide plate. Okay, to thread the machine, your spool pins hide away if you want. You don't need to, but you can. Press a little button towards the rear and your spool pins pop up. This one likes to pop up when you push the other one, but there are actually two releases. Yeah, whatever. Put your spool on the spool pin, doesn't matter which one. And go into this curly Q thread guide at the top and down between the discs of the tension assembly all the way around, and avoid the this big thread guide for now, that one. Go all the way around between the discs until you can pick up this little thin check spring at the top. Now go under that big thread guide and up to your take-up lever. Go through the take-up lever from right to left. Came out from under my big thread guide. Okay. Go through the take-up lever from right to left, down to this thread guide on the faceplate, then to this thread guide on the faceplate, then down to this curly Q thread guide on the needle clamp. There are two of them. It doesn't matter which one you use. Through the eye of the needle from the left to the right, towards the center of the machine. Okay, let's start over. Put your spool on the spool pin, go into the curly Q thread guide, go between the discs of the tension assembly all the way around to the top without catching the big thread guide. And pick up your check spring. Then go under the big thread guide. And up to your take-up lever. Go through the take-up lever from the right to the left. Catch the thread guide on the faceplate. Next thread guide on the faceplate. And the curly Q thread guide down here. And through the eye of the needle. Okay. Now, holding your upper thread loosely, turn the hand wheel towards you, one full revolution. The needle's going to take the thread down where the hook's going to pick it up and wrap the thread around the bobbin and bring up your lower thread. There's your lower thread. Put the thread between the toes of the presser foot towards the back of the machine, and that part is done. Controls. This is your feed drop. This drops the feed if you want to do free motion sewing, quilting, applique, darning, mending, whatever. To drop the feed, you turn this knob all the way to the left. And also you're going to want to release the pressure on your sewing foot right here. So there's a lever on the back of the little pop-up. Press that lever and up it comes and releases the pressure on your sewing foot. When you're ready to go back to regular sewing, push it down roughly halfway, that's kind of ballpark, and turn your selector back to normal. Now the machine's feeding your fabric again. This is your stitch length and this dial here. I'm going to set it on 12 stitches per inch. It's another one of those ballpark, good for regular fabric and thread. This is your reverse. This is your stitch width, this big knob here. And if you have any trouble with your straight stitch not staying straight, you can loosen this knob and slide it over right next to the other one, tighten it down, and that will hold that thing in place so it can't wobble at all. Pretty good though. It doesn't generally move away from where you set it. But it's numbered from 1 to 4, or 0 to 4, 0 being straight stitch, 4 being your widest zigzag. For now, we'll leave it on 0 for straight stitch. This is your needle home position selector. You can select it so your needle is all the way to the left, in the center, or all the way to the right. There's also a, on the far left, you can set it into the DuoMatic position. I think that's only for when you're using stitch pattern cams, which we don't have any for this machine. But you will find them online, but you'll have to search. We're going to leave it in the center position. This is a selector between manual and automatic. So when you're going to use the bobbins, the stitch pattern cams, go to automatic. We'll leave it on manual for now. This is your light switch. I think that's everything. I really like the cool light up dial. And all of this, and this shows you what your stitch pattern cams look like, what you're going to be looking for online. But your manual will tell you how to do all of that stuff. And yeah, easy to read, easy to follow. And I've been playing around with this machine already today. Let's put a piece of fabric under the, you know what? This one's got a little more space on it. Okay, so we're at 12 stitches per inch. We're at 0 on the zigzag. Needle center position, manual. Pressure on the sewing foot is halfway down. And here we go. Go, like I said, this machine wants to take off and go right away, so ease into it. Look at that, right up. That's the hem on a pair of logger jeans, heavy duty, and that's 2 rolled hems. Look at that. I'm not going to try to go over this knot. We'll do a little longer stitch. Reverse. Now we'll add some stitch width. I'm going to take it all the way up to 4. Do a zigzag. You can also do a a really fine satin stitch. You can probably see that satin stitch. That's about it. It's simpler than it looks. Oh, and your pin cushion is back here. That's it, Mary. Thank you so much for your patience. So appreciated. Like I said, I struggled trying to get that paint right, and I couldn't match it. But we'll get her packed up, and we'll get her home to you, and you'll be able to start sewing right away. Oh, let me show you real quick. I'm going to go back to 0, straight stitch, and let's see, back to 12 stitches per inch. I mentioned go easy on the foot control because...
Charging.
Thank you.
Charging. Charging.
Be quiet.
Charging. 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 Powering off.
Thank you. This machine is strong and fast, and if you go too fast, you're going to go right off the end of your the piece you're sewing. So go easy on the foot control because it gets a lot of momentum going. And sometimes when you stop, see, it runs on for a few stitches. Just something to be aware of. Nothing dangerous, or it's not going to break anything. It's just if you have a place that you have to stop, you might want to slow down before you get there, because of the momentum of the machine. But yeah, this is a hot diggity good machine, and you'll see her soon.